greet you with Shalom, which is more than just peace. Shalom really refers to the fullness, to a certain fullness of peace. And as we sit in each other's silence this morning, I'd just like to remind you not to cross your legs, fold your arms, close your hands. Just to remind you of that, why we do that is, it's so that our whole posture actually signifies a certain openness. In contemplative practice, openness is such an integral part of the way in which we intentionally make ourselves available to what God might have in store for us this morning and today. Having said that, I'd just like to remind you to mute your microphones as well, and just sit in a comfortable position. If you're comfortable with that, you can close your eyes now. And just become aware of your surroundings, of sitting there in your chair, becoming aware of everything around you, sounds, even noises, textures. And just as you become aware of your surroundings, just immerse yourself and just remind yourself of a certain belonging, a sense of belonging, as you become part of your surroundings. And may this also remind you of your connectedness to God's creation. Reminding you that you can never be separate, but that there is a certain oneness about our existence, about our being. Perhaps you might become aware of your breathing. And as you become aware of your breathing, you might feel your chest rising, falling, and also find peace in that rhythm. The rhythm which might remind you of the rhythm of life. And as you rest in that, take a deep breath. And as you inhale, may you also be aware of opening up to life's gifts, to the love of God. Breathing deeply again. And with every breath that you take, become aware of the abundance of air available to you. And may that never be taken for granted. But allow that to signify grace, life in abundance. And now, as we've centered ourselves in the abundance of the love of God, let us now also ground ourselves as you become aware of your feet. The shoes you're wearing, the ground upon which your feet are resting. And as you become aware of the floor underneath your feet, you might even feel that your feet are becoming heavier as you become aware of being grounded. A physical reminder of being grounded. And may you also in this morning, as you become aware of being grounded, realize that you're grounded in the very love of God. And we are also blessed by being together this morning, joined in this meeting, becoming aware that we share that groundedness. We share that groundedness. And in sharing that, there's a certain oneness of which we become part, in which we can participate. Just sit with that for a while. And now, as we're centered, grounded in the love of God, aware of our oneness, may we also reflect on hope. And in the words of Sharon Grusendorf, contemplate a hope beyond hope. And then we realize that a hope which is irrespective of experience, that hope cannot just be a future longing, taking us away from our awareness of the present moment, but rather that hope is an opening up. It's an opening up to newness, to what gifts and grace lies in store for you. And let us use 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17 to 18 as a guiding verse, as a guiding scripture for our contemplation of hope. I'm reading it to you now. If anyone is enfolded into Christ, He has become an entirely new person. All that is related to the old order has vanished. Behold, everything is fresh and new. God has made all things new and reconciled us to himself. Reconciled us to himself and given us the ministry of reconciling others to God. So rather than having hope, let us now become hope. Therefore, I'm inviting you, let us sit in each other's silence for a minute or two, sharing this experience of hope, opening up together to possibility, becoming hope for each other. Also, allow yourself to be nurtured by sitting in each other's silence. Let us take 2 minutes, just sit, resting in hope. Breathing deeply again. Just allow hope to settle into your being so that you can carry hope along throughout this day. And just let us remind ourselves of scripture again. Now, if anyone is enfolded into Christ, he has become an entirely new person. All that is related to the old order has vanished. Behold, everything is fresh. Everything is fresh and new. And God has made all things new and reconciled us to himself and given us the ministry of reconciling others to God. Thank you.